Hiya and welcome back to our series of IKEA hacks. Now today we're going to be showing you how to transform one of these stools, which I'm sure you'll recognise. Quite a lot of people have these in their homes already, the classic IKEA stool. But if I'm honest, I think it's a little bit boring as it is.
It is a little bit boring, so I am going to take on the challenge of converting this into something completely different. And I'm going to do it in 3 simple steps, so make sure you stay tuned to this video. So I know that you've got a little bundle of joy on the way in a few months.
I do indeed, yes. It's very, very exciting, quite nerve-wracking, but I've really noticed that quite a lot of things for the nursery, all the bits and pieces I've got to get, add up to so much money. I mean, I need to find hacks left, right and centre, please.
Well, look no further, because with my trusty IKEA stool, I'm going to give you something that's a little bit bigger than your normal sort of present for a new mum. I'm actually going to turn this into a nursery bedside table. And I'm not going to do anything dramatic to it. I'm just going to change the style of it so that you guys at home can think differently about how you can use this very practical but yet a bit dull stool. And hopefully you like it.
I'm so intrigued. I can't wait to see what you produce.
Oh, better get to it then.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do, even before you start building your steps, is to choose your wallpaper. Now, because I am making this for Emily, I've chosen this rather gorgeous kind of Scandi nursery style wallpaper. Very cute, it's going to be lovely for her little one. And what I want you to do is to make sure that before you build everything, is that you get the 2 bits that will essentially be the steps. And these are those here. And what you want to do is roll out your wallpaper or whatever type of paper you're deciding to use to essentially decoupage onto the stool. And you're going to want to just create a template of each of these steps. And to make sure you try and save as much of your gorgeous wallpaper as possible, keep them close together. And just make sure you draw around them. And then, once you've done that, you just cut them out. And you can leave them to one side whilst we get painting. So after you've created your wallpaper template, the next thing you want to do is actually build this wonderful stool. And it's actually super easy to do. IKEA make it so simple to create something like this. So you may already have one in your house that you're thinking, I want to revamp or upcycle, or you're going to have to build it from scratch. And this is what you'll end up with. Now, last night, I also gave it a bit of a prime because I'm going to be painting this with paints that aren't necessarily wood paints, and I just want to make sure that it takes really nicely. So I've used Plasticoat's spray-on wood primer, made it so much easier to use as well, which is really good. And the next thing that I did was I put masking tape all around on the sections that I don't want to be painting, because I'm going to be painting this in 3 sections because I have chosen 3 lovely nursery colours from the Little Green Paint Company. And what I don't know is what the sex of Emily's baby is going to be, so I thought I'd cover all bases with this. So I've masked off different sections here, mainly because I'm going to have to paint in lots of different sections. And I'm going to start with the blue, just here, because I'm going to do something quite funky at the bottom. I'm going to do a little 2-tone effect with the blue and the pink here. So make sure you just give it a good couple of coats of paint, and the masking tape down here will cover the bottom half that I'll be going on to, so I can paint quite freely over it with this blue. Now, I'm going to stop there because what I want you guys to do is to make sure that you paint all of that and leave it to fully dry. Because when it comes to putting the pink on, which will be the next colour underneath here, you're going to want to tear off this masking tape and put it over the blue paint here. So that has to be super dry. And then you paint the bottom bit pink, leave that to dry, take off the masking tape, and hopefully you'll have a lovely crisp line. So I better get busy and get painting this before the next step, which is simply just adding the wallpaper. So when you finish painting all of your different sections, you should have something that looks like this. I'm so pleased with how it turned out, especially these two-toned legs as well at the bottom. Now, I didn't bother obviously painting the steps themselves, only the side of them, because obviously I'm going to be putting our lovely wallpaper on them, but this is what it should look like. And if you're concerned about the type of paint you're using, or you want to make sure that it's sealed, then for another sort of section, you can put a coat of wax over the top of it. Clear wax, I definitely recommend. And then leave that to dry for another 24 hours. And then when that's all done, let's just turn it around for you here so you can see it. I'm just going to put it on its side here. And it's as simple as getting some PVA glue. And I popped it in a little pot here with a paintbrush. And you just get a good coating of this. And what you want to do is just make sure that you coat the seat all over, because this is where you're going, right up to the edges in fact, because this is where obviously the wallpaper is going to go. So when the glue has been put all the way over the seat, the next thing you want to do is get the wallpaper itself. If you want to have wallpaper like this that has something that flows in a particular direction, then you'll want to make sure that it's facing the right way, which is the front of the stool and not facing the back. Just a little tip that lots of us probably have made this mistake with before. And you just simply want to press it onto the top of your step and then smooth it out, maybe with a credit card, a little bit of a small book or something to make sure there's no air bubbles. And as you can see, I've also covered the middle section, which had a little handle section in it. You can choose not to, but if you do want to do that, you can just basically put some stuffing in the bottom, cover it with some masking tape, no one will see. And then when you've done this on both of the steps, the next thing that you've got to do is just reveal it to the person you're giving it to.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
Can you now design your entire nursery around this, please?
100%. Yeah, I'm all for gender neutral stuff for the nursery anyway. So this is absolutely perfect because you've got the blues, the pinks, and I absolutely love the green.
And I love how simple it was to do, because it literally takes something that lots of people have in their homes already or are thinking of buying, and making it transformed into something that is just so perfect for a nursery, but even not a nursery, even if you're just doing it for yourself, something that is different in your room depending on whatever taste that you've got. So I really love it. I think it will look amazing when we show you guys what it's going to look like in the room itself, with lots of lovely children's stuff around it.
Yeah, exciting. Hope you enjoyed our transformation of this stool into a beautiful nursery accessory.
Oh, I think you're going to really love it.
Oh, it's going to look so good. I'm so excited.
Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to give us a good thumbs up and a like. And if you would like to leave us a comment, we'd love to hear from you. Any thoughts, anything you guys want to see more of in the future, we'd love to make it for you and show you how cheap and simple it can be.
Yes.
But most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe, be part of our community, see lots of our other great videos that come out every Thursday, and we can't wait to see you here back for much more.
Yes, lots more.
See you soon.
See ya.
Bye.